What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our continued discussion with the Nio Day news that came out yesterday, with them releasing a whole bunch of information. But before we hop into that, we ask that you guys hit that sub button, hit that like button, all the bells and whistles. It helps us grow the channel. We're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the month. So if you could help us do that, hit that sub button. But let's go ahead and hop right into it, man. Continuing off from where we talked about yesterday, Nio Day was yesterday. They had released information on the new car, the ET7, and I mean, we can clearly see that right now, dude. And that thing is sharp, dude. That thing is sharp.
Yeah, it looks real good.
We talked about that in a little bit in our previous video, but we wanted to kind of touch more on the on autonomous driving. We didn't really get to talk about that yesterday just because we could win forever. But let's just go ahead and hop into it. So their new autonomous driving system, I believe it's pronounced like Aquila. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But all the information that came out with Aquila and their system with it, that a lot of people were saying that this surpasses Tesla. I don't know how I feel about that. Tesla being where they're at now. It'll be interesting to see how it competes with Tesla when they start to release it. But yeah, man, dude, this thing is sharp. The inside of this thing looks real nice. I guess their autonomous driving cameras have 8 megapixel. They're 8 megapixel cameras, and Tesla only uses like a 1 or 2 megapixel camera. So right. The quality is clearly superior than that of Tesla. So it'll be interesting to see how this thing drives on the road. Looking at it now, just you got the LED lights, and it's kind of got that similar handle of the Tesla as well, that it pops in and out. They got, like we talked about yesterday in our video, they got the soft closing doors, and the windows are a little bit quieter. But man, dude, I'm excited for this. I want one, dude. I want one. And I know I know we talked about yesterday, they were talking about the price being, I think we said like 82,000.
Yeah, I think we said like 83. So the starting price, so the base model is going to be starting at 69,000. That's US dollars after the conversion. So that's not that bad.
I mean, for a smart car, no, not really.
Yeah, and then they're gonna begin deliveries the first quarter of next year, and they're already taking pre-orders for them starting yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's gonna help a lot. And I know that there's with their self-driving system, I think they said it costs like $105 a month or something like that for the entire, the full self-driving system. You'll still be able to have the self-driving, but I think they have limited options that
it's exactly like what Tesla's doing. They still have kind of, I don't know the terminology for it, but the self-driving autopilot. You're still going to have the autopilot, just the full self-driving that Tesla's doing you have to pay extra for, and that's right. That's the exact same thing that Nio's doing.
Except they're making it a subscription.
Exactly, which is better in the long run. You're going to make more money.
Exactly, 100% agree with that.
And $105 doesn't seem that bad.
Right. And I know the processing chips that are going along with all of this inside the car, they're working with NVIDIA. They partnered with NVIDIA. So honestly, I would expect some kind of, pop in NVIDIA's stock.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so hyped on Nio that I would expect at least a little bit on NVIDIA's end.
And their deliveries just every year keep doubling. So, obviously the more chips that are in NVIDIA, or the more NVIDIA chips that are in Nio cars, and they're selling more Nio cars, that's just more business for NVIDIA. Last year they delivered 43,000 vehicles. That's pretty darn good.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, looking inside this car, dude, look at that. Look how clean, and that, to me, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it looks good.
I can't wait to see my first one, over here in the States. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, like we said, they have there's all the cameras that they're using. They're again going with NVIDIA for the processing. But their cameras can also see up to 500 meters away versus the Tesla's 160. And
right.
That's just going to help prevent, those collisions and anything along to avoid accidents. So I think that'll be a huge plus there. God, dude, it just keeps
Yeah,
going.
it's just so nice. Like you got 23 speakers in that thing.
Gosh, it
You
just
know
600 plus
the
horsepower and
right the roof is the whole roof is a laminated glass.
yeah, I mean you
Like
can
look at
see it
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can see here's the cameras that they're using and where they would look.
Right.
So to me, in the reports that we read yesterday, they were only reporting 120 degrees of view angles and stuff. But to me, it looks like with all the cameras combined, you're gonna get that full 360. Because there's no way, like I can't imagine they would have released, you know, something like
Right.
along
You
those
you got to
lines.
see you got to be able to see behind you and stuff for changing lanes and everything. So,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens here with the car itself. They released more news. Also, we kind of touched base with this a little bit yesterday. The battery at service. The battery as a service system that they're going to be releasing in their new upgraded battery swapping stations. Like I almost call it 2.0 because
Yeah.
they upgraded it to allow the drivers to higher capacity. Sorry, I'm thinking on the fly. Higher capacity battery swapping stations because you think there's going to be more drivers on the road. You're going to need more. You're going to need more
Right.
of these.
And it's a little quicker, and it also does like the kind of self-diagnostic thing where it does a vehicle check over the electrical system of the car. So,
Right. So
yeah.
as price wise, so right now we're seeing Nio at about a $60 mark, 58 to 59. Honestly, when I see this thing open on Monday, I feel like I've heard a lot of people say it's going to pull back. Based on what I saw on Saturday, dude, I don't see this thing pulling back. I honestly see this thing going up like another. I feel like I want to say 5%, just based on the
Yeah, I
information
don't.
that I saw, and then I would probably expect some kind of pullback from then.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna pull back at some point. I just don't know when.
Right. So
But
I guess mid-year, where do you think you see this thing?
yeah. So
Midsummer.
I think it was last video or a couple videos ago. I said like $80 by the middle of the summer. But with all this information, just that they're beating Tesla on range, and not just beating it, they're
Destroying
smoking
it.
them.
Destroying it.
Like that's just ridiculous. And then also the whole battery swapping thing. Uh, I'm a fan of that. So with all this information and how a lot of this stuff is going to be beating Tesla's tech that they have, like I I'm probably at the 100, 110 or so. I think doubling probably by
Doubling.
summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna stick with my prediction of anywhere between. Oh man, $100 would be nice, dude. That
Yeah,
would be
I think
phenomenal.
100 for
I'm
sure.
I'm gonna
That'd be
say
amazing.
80. I want to say 75 to 85. That's where I'm kind of feeling. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Two different thoughts on that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we just kind of flipped.
yeah. It's crazy. If you guys are not into Neo, I'm not gonna recommend it. I would highly suggest you guys do your own research, take what we know, run with it, and talk to your own personal advisor before investing into stocks. I might buy more on Monday morning. So
Yeah, if you're not in it,
I would,
I think that's kind of crazy if you're not
yeah,
in it. But I mean, if it goes up like 5% on Monday, don't buy. Like, wait for some kind of pullback.
right. And I know they're even
Don't get FOMO and just buy
right.
and
I've
then.
trust me, I've been there. I've been there. But I know they're talking about there's rumors of between Nio and Tesla partnering with Apple to develop their car as well. So if we get any more news on that, that's just gonna blow this thing up out of the water.
Yeah, yeah. If Apple partners with Nio,
Right.
that would be
And
huge.
don't think Tesla's the dead horse in this. That is not at all the situation. Neo's just
Nah.
blew it out of the water on Saturday with the Neo Day, but we're going to be releasing a video on Tesla and everything that's coming out for them. There's so much information on Tesla now, and with its new price upgrade and everything there, we'll make a new video on that, so watch out for that one. But I think that wraps up this video. And again, we ask you guys hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, share, like, everything like that. We're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of this month. I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit that sub button. Helps us out. But that'll be the end of this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.